Hi everyone. Today I thought I would do a face-to-face a little bit just for my currently inked for May 2022. So this is the beginning of May. Today's actual date is May the 4th. So I'm really new to the whole using bottled inks on fountain pens. I've had a few fountain pens for a while. I've had a Pilot Prera, but I always used a cartridge with it. And I've had the Platinum Preppies for a few years, but of course those already come inked, and I've only recently refilled one of them. So I got my first batch of real fountain pens, I guess you could say, of filling them with bottled ink that I'm trying out from this month. So every Friday, starting this month, I have what's called a series Fountain Pen Friday. And I'm going to post the playlist below. And as each video is released, it will show that new pen that I happen to get. Now, of course, many of you who've already been in the fountain pen world probably already have all these pens, but a lot of them are new to me. And so I've done an unboxing and detailed, I guess, swatching and testing out the nib for Fountain Pen Fridays. But I thought I would start off with a currently inked. So this is what I'm keeping the fountain pens, my new fountain pens in at this time. Not any of the Preppies. The Preppies I just have in a much cheaper pen case. This one is from the Superior Labor. You probably hear that squeaky leather. So this one is, I think, the light brown or light tan. And it's the one with the pouch. Let me move this microphone. Okay, so it's the one with the light pouch, with the patch and the stamp in the corner. And these are the pens that I currently have inked for this month. So this first one, this one is, let me make sure I'm showing it the right way. This is a Narwhal collab with Galen leather, and I don't think you can see Galen leather. There it is. It's etched into the barrel right here. So this is the rose gold, and I believe I got this in a medium nib with ancient copper. So this one is a piston fill, much like the TWSBIs. In fact, I heard there's a whole bunch of drama between TWSBI and Narwhal and people carrying Narwhal pens. I had no idea. I'm new to the whole thing. I didn't know that these were considered TWSBI competitors, but I can see why. But anyway, so that's my first Narwhal. And then I also have the Kaweco collection. This one is in olive. This one has Diamine Sherwood green. My next one is a Kaweco Sport. This is Bordeaux. And in this one, I have Oxblood. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go with Oxblood or the new Writer's Blood. But Oxblood, so many of my friends have used in the past, and there's so many positive reviews on it. So I thought I'd start out with a sample of that. And then next, I can try the Writer's Blood and see how it compares. The next one is another limited edition Kaweco collection. This is Iridescent Pearl, and it has the chrome and everything silver. This one is a Sailor Manyo Haha is the color in this one. It's I guess a shading ink. Is that what that's called? Shading or sheening. It has two different colors in it. It's really pretty when it goes down on the paper. And the last one for this month is the Kaweco Aluminum or All Sport. So this one, it's rose gold, but the finial here, as you can see, is that chrome or silver. So I got the matching clip with that. And I'm going to have to look. We will go face down to see what the color was on this one, because off of the top of my head, I don't remember which ink I put into this aluminum one. So today I decided to take this outside. My husband and I went to the local Starbucks, and I'm doing my May 2022 currently inked outside while it's still a little bit cool in Texas before the summer heat really sets in. So I'm starting with my Narwhal. It's a Diamine Ancient Copper. This one is absolutely beautiful. It's a medium nib and it writes like a dream. I really enjoy writing long term with this pen. The weight is just right. My second favorite nib out of this is this Kaweco collection Olive Edition. I've got this one also in a medium nib, and the ink just flows out of this very well. Now this pen is a lot lighter than the Narwhal. It's also a lot lighter than the aluminum Sport Edition. But this is the green. I like to alternate greens and reds, brown inks. Those are probably my favorite color inks, more so than necessarily the blues, but you know, I know sometimes blues are needed for work. So I kind of have a variety of colors in here this month. This one is the Kaweco Sport in Bordeaux, and this one is probably the smallest nib that I personally would use in a Kaweco. This one is a fine nib and it writes well. For example, I know this will be a great pen to use in my Hobonichi. This one I'm using Diamine Oxblood, and maybe by next month I'll get to test out and change over to the Writer's Blood and decide which one that I like better inside of this particular pen. The next one is the limited edition Kaweco for 2022 in Iridescent Pearl. Now this one is an extra fine nib, and even though I've been writing with it for a bit, it's still a bit scratchy to me. So for me personally, I probably wouldn't get any more of these in the extra fine nib. This one is in the Sailor Studio 123, and I really like the ink. The ink is amazing. But I think as far as nib size, I would either go to a fine or a medium. In this Rose Gold All Sport by Kaweco, I have this Sailor Manyo Haha in this one. So it is really smooth because this nib is also a medium nib. So I do like that, and I also really like the weight of this pen. It's not too heavy, it's not really heavy, and the weight lands on my hand just right. And this ink is really pretty. So for a blue, this one's like a blue gray, has a little bit of changing colors with it. I really do like that one. So like I said, we went out to our local Starbucks. I got I think on the app, this one is called the Cheese and Protein Box. This is probably my favorite box that they have. And then I got it's a very long name, like Toasted Oat Milk, Shaken Espresso, something like that. I'm sure the rest of you know the name way better than I do. I usually make this drink at home. That's why I don't remember the name so well anymore, since I have an espresso machine. But that's it for May 2022. This is what I currently have inked. I have 5 pens. I feel like that's a manageable amount for me. We'll see what June brings. All of these pens, this is kind of like a preview of all my Fountain Pen Friday videos that will be coming up. They will be unboxed, and I'll show each pen in more detail on Fountain Pen Friday. So feel free to subscribe to the playlist below, and I'll see you next time.